Let's talk numbers. They are everywhere. From counting snacks to checking prices or figuring out how many minutes until lunch. In this video, we are going to break down the different types of numbers. Here's what we are covering today. We start with the most basic numbers, natural numbers. These are your counting numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. You use them when you count apples, people or pages in a book. Let's think I have a basket of apples. How many apples are in my basket? It's 5, right? I take some away. Now how many? Only 1. But wait, what if the basket is empty? Uh-oh, now how many? That's where whole numbers come in, because they include 0. Whole numbers. These are just like natural numbers, but they invite 0 to the party. So, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. So we can write whole numbers are equal to natural numbers plus 0. But sometimes numbers don't stop at 0. Imagine it's winter and you check the temperature. It's not 5 Celsius, not even 0, it's -3. That's right. Temperatures can go below 0. And that's where integers come in. Next up, integers. They include all whole numbers, both positive and negative, and 0. Imagine a number line stretching in both directions. These are your integers, the full collection of whole numbers, including the negatives. Rational numbers. Any number you can write as a fraction is rational. A ratio of 2 integers? That's rational. As we discussed, integers can be positive, negative or 0. So a ratio of 2 integers means any number that looks like A over B, where A is an integer, B is an integer too, but B is not equal to 0. Following are some examples for rational numbers. 1 over 2. Ratio of 2 integers, so that's rational. What about -3 over 4? Yes, that's rational too. 7. What about 7? You can write it as 7 over 1. So, ratio of 2 integers, so it is rational too. 0.25. You can write it as 1 over 4. So it is rational. What about 7 over 0? Uh-oh, not allowed. Can't divide by 0. Our next topic is irrational numbers. Irrational numbers can't be written as simple fractions. Their decimal parts go on forever without repeating. Following are some examples. Pi. It can be written as 3.1415925. It's endless. Square root of 2. Roughly 1.41422135. Never ending, never repeating. They might be wild, but they are super important in geometry, science and engineering. Alright, let's quickly wrap up what we have covered so far. In the world of numbers, we start with natural numbers, counting numbers like 1, 2, 3 and so on. Add 0 and we get whole numbers. Bring in the negatives, now we have all the integers. Mix in fractions and decimals that can be written as a ratio of integers, those are the rational numbers. But some numbers don't follow the rules. You can't write them as a simple fraction. Their decimals go on forever with no pattern and no repeats, like pi and square root of 2. They are called irrational numbers. And that's our 5 types of numbers so far. Now let's jump into our next topic, even and odd numbers. Even numbers can be divided into 2 equal groups, like 2, 4, 6, 8. Odd numbers can't split evenly, there's always one left over. Examples 1, 3, 5, 7. There's a cool trick. Add 2 odd numbers together, you always get an even number. Now say hello to prime numbers. Prime numbers are greater than 1 and have exactly 2 factors, themselves and 1. A factor is just a number that divides perfectly, no leftovers. These are some examples: 2, 3, 5, 7 and 11. They like to stand on their own, no extra factors to share. Did you know 2 is the only even prime number? That makes it totally unique. And guess what? Prime numbers never end. There's an infinite supply of them. Time to get structured with square numbers. These are numbers you get when you multiply a number by itself. 1, 4, 9, 16, 25 and so on. Now imagine arranging dots into perfect squares. That's where the name comes from. Neat, organized and visually satisfying. Now let's break things apart literally with fractions. Fractions show parts of a whole. 1 over 2, 3 over 4, 5 over 8 and so on. The word fraction comes from fracture, meaning broken part. Fractions have been around since ancient Egypt. They were obsessed with unit fractions like 1 over 2, 1 over 3 and so on. And finally, let's talk decimals, the super precise numbers we use every day. Decimals have a dot like 0.5, 1.75, 3.1415. The word decimals comes from decim, Latin for 10, because our decimal system is based on powers of 10. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. Feel free to leave your questions in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe our channel. Thank you.